What's up, friends? Welcome to the Sunday Summary. I'm your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steve. We have a little bit of technical difficulties. If you've been with us for a while, you know that this is a common occurrence here on Sunday Summary. Steve, what's going on, bro?
Am I staticky?
Not at the moment, no.
All right. Well, if you see this fly across the room at some point, just know it's on StreamYard. We blame StreamYard.
I don't know what it is, bro. We need to find a different platform, or you got to get a better microphone. I don't know.
Don't. My microphone's better than yours.
It really is.
Oh, I know. I
Oh
purposely
my
bought this
god.
one because I knew it was a newer version of yours, just to rub it in.
And it's just not working, huh?
No, it's like the same price. It's just a newer whatever.
Oh
But it
man.
works. It works. We can't waste any time talking about this. If you hear the static, let me know. This thing's going right through the glass here.
What's going on to everyone here over here in the chat? We got Java here, Ian, Liz, Ross, Doug. What's going on to everyone? Oyvin's in the chat as well. Good morning to everyone. Roll up to the Magical Mystery Tours. Interesting name. And then Ravi Beakberry. What's up, guys? Good morning. Today we'll be talking about Jude Bellingham and Takumi Minamino. We really don't have much else to talk about, guys. It's kind of been a quiet week, honestly. I've been watching some of the videos that Liverpool put out. You got Jordan Henderson's little documentary dropped. There was another video I was watching. It's slipping my mind because it's Dark 30 over here in the States, and I can't remember. But it was a good one. It was a good one. Steve, how's your week been, bro? You been
Just been
following
sitting
all
here
this stuff?
just been sitting here trying to figure out the StreamYard stuff for the
Yeah.
last 7 days straight. No, man, quiet week.
You haven't left. You've just been sitting
I
there.
have been sitting right here.
Oh man.
Quiet week. Quiet week. And it's been great. Minamino. I'm happy for him.
I'm happy as well, bro.
We made a chunk of change off that too.
We more than doubled our money.
That pays for Ramsey.
Pays for Ramsey. Yes.
How much was Ramsey?
We ended up, I think it's ended up like 6 million, 8 million, something like that.
All right, so that paid for Ramsey and then some. So this is how
Exactly.
you can think about it, folks. A Minamino three-way swap with Aberdeen, Ramsey, and Monaco and Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
clean swap.
look, I mean, are you upset that we didn't keep him longer after the season he had?
No. The season he had was solid, but he played against nobody.
Yikes.
Most
Calling
of
him
the
out.
time he was playing. I mean, dude, I like him, but I trust Klopp more than I trust my opinion of him. If Klopp doesn't put him in big games, there's a reason for that. So, look, I wish him nothing but the best. I think his comments this week were pretty sad. The way he was just talking about how his impact meant nothing, the games meant nothing, nobody cared. It was a little bit dark, to be honest.
Wait. Who said Klopp said that? Sorry, I was trying to figure
No,
out.
Minamino. Minamino was making comments about how the impact he had didn't really mean much, he believes. And he felt like he could give more in bigger games. Oh, you didn't see that. But anyways, it was nothing absolutely crazy, but I'm glad that he got his move because there's other players that have wanted their move that never get it.
That's very
There's
true.
other players that have deserved their move that never get it. Liverpool was pretty quick to pull the trigger on this guy. I mean, just think about how long Keita's been on the fence. Ox has been on the fence. Karius was on the fence. Who else?
Karius was never on the fence. No one just wanted to buy him.
Dude, he had chances to leave. He had chances to go to smaller clubs, and he wanted to stay in the mainstream sport. And
Valid. Okay.
you think about how long guys like Lovren and Grujic were on the fence with leaving and loans and this, that, and the other thing. I feel like Minamino got the drew the long straw here. I think he got a little bit lucky because some players don't get that move that quick.
Now, you think part of it was probably because he had such a successful season? He was
No, I think
more
quite the opposite. Personally,
really.
I think yes. I think it depends how you look at it. I think Um, your mom says, "How's the chipmunks, Steve?" They're absolutely everywhere. They're absolutely
You
everywhere.
got
I've joked,
chipmunks?
dude. I got everything over here. I
I
got
love
a
it.
sanctuary that I built around this castle, and everyone wants to hang out here. But anyways,
I love it.
um,
Hey, mom. Good morning, by the way.
yes. Good morning. What was I saying? Oh,
You chipmunks.
he got his move away. I think because he's not young. We talked about this.
Yeah, he's
So like,
27.
right, the clock is ticking. Um, he did play pretty well. Like, there's no doubt he played well. But like, the reason he didn't play in a ton of big games in the league, in the Champions League, is up to Klopp, and I trust Klopp. So maybe it was partly what you had mentioned, but also partly like on the other end of the stick, like he was never going to get there because there's more promising talent in the squad that's younger, um, and he's still somewhat valuable. So we moved him on.
So then, truly, the real reason we bought him, you think, was simply because we were tipped off about the release clause?
No, of course not. I think there was a chance of him doing stuff. I think we
And
needed squad depth.
it just never worked out.
Oh no, he played his role, but his
Yeah,
role is just that. He's a cut player.
yeah.
And this is not my opinion. I think he can play in big games, but I trust Klopp. So everyone was crying about squad depth for years and years, especially as City grew their squad more and more. This is
Sure.
a perfect squad player. So no, it wasn't a like a house flip with Minamino, but it was
It ended up being that.
sure,
Yeah.
but because of something that I mean, if you ask these people in the chat, guys, let us know. Was Minamino ever going to become a big time player in big games? In the, one of the first 13, 14 names that Klopp looks at when he's making a team sheet on match day morning? Like, I don't think so.
So this is how I think about it, right? I think Ben Davies is going to fall in line with this too. Um, we were tipped off about the 7.5 million release clause with Minamino. That on top of the fact that he played phenomenal against us in the Champions League. Um, I think that was one of the main reasons we got him. But here, let me just backtrack real quick and say that this move it's in itself is a phenomenal move. Absolutely phenomenal move for Takumi Minamino and AS Monaco, by the way. AS Monaco are hurting for some attacking players here. All right. They just lost Chouameni, right? They're trying to reinvest in the squad. I just think this is a great move all around. In addition to the fee Liverpool got for him, 15 million euros up front with 3 million in potential add-ons. I like it. I really do. I think it's a good move
Oh,
for him.
this is a great deal. I just don't think it was ever buy him to increase his value and sell him in 2 years. I just don't know if that's worth it.
Fair enough.
So, like, I
Fair
don't think
enough.
that was ever the thought process. That's what it turned into, but I don't think that
Yeah,
was ever the thought process.
I think what was gonna the whole thought process was like you said. Look, all right. Let me go back to what I was saying. So we were tipped off about the release clause, ended up bringing him in. Yes, we were like, "Ooh, this could work out in both ways." Like, yeah, we got him for cheap. We were tipped off about a good release clause, but maybe he can actually become something. You know what I mean? Like maybe he can become a good player. And but you're right. I mean, we had Sadio Mane, Mo Salah. I mean, he's never getting in front of those guys. That's what makes me think that when we bought him for depth, but ultimately we always wanted to just flip him. And that's what I think the Ben Davies deal was about. I think the timing of it made people think that we were just covering our ass. But if you could get Ben Davies for 2 million, we're going to be able to sell Ben Davies down the line for at least 5. I don't know. That's just my feeling.
I'm on the. I just feel. By the way, how's the audio?
Audio's good.
Are you sure?
Positive. I'll let you know.
Okay, so I'm on the fence about this whole flip scenario you're mentioning here. Like Ben Davies, right? We buy him for 2 million. You just said we sell him for 5. Like, wow, 3 million. You know how
Steve,
much we had to spend?
Steve, look at it as percentage, not total.
Right, but Kyle, it's like, what is the point of that? Because he's making millions.
He's
He's
not.
making money. He's making money. We pay people to take care of him.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware.
Right. So, like, I just don't think that's like Minamino.
He's
Sure, you can
on
make that
loan,
argument.
Steve. Roughly half of his
Okay.
wages are being covered.
But do you think a club as big as Liverpool is nickel and diming to that extent, where they're going to spend $2 million on a guy that's never going to sniff the pitch, just so they can sell him for
Don't tempt me.
250% down the line?
Don't tempt
Wait,
me.
listen, let me finish. This isn't an argument, by the way. I'm just curious. Do you actually think that we are that frugal, especially after, okay, say what you want about FSG, but like they're just breaking the bank lately. It's even compared to some of the other bigger clubs in Europe. Do you think we would actually do that? 2 million to flip him for 250%, which is really only 3 million in a few years' time, but he's never going to play. I actually think we'll probably see him in preseason, no?
I don't know. All I'm saying is that from a business perspective, that's where my head's at. If you're going to buy a player for that little amount and you're never going to play him in the first team, considering the fact that he's 25 years old, you're clearly only doing it for the business aspect of it. You're not doing it to bring him into the first team. That's my point. That's my only point. But to answer your question, no, I don't think we're nickel and diming. I really don't. I just think they saw a business opportunity and they took it.
Well,
However,
I just think like if you're right, they're not nickel and diming. I don't think, because if that was the case, there's plenty of players they could have sold and are willing, that are like willing to be sold, that they
yeah.
haven't sold. They're missing out on money. The last few windows, they could have moved so many players and they haven't.
But look at all the moves the players that leave Liverpool get. They want them to get good moves for both parties. The team wants them and the player wants to go there. Okay? I mean, look, a deal only goes through if the player wants to go. Look at Karius. We were just talking about this earlier. Karius could have gone to a bunch of other clubs. He said no. Look at Jordan Henderson back when he could have gone to Fulham. He said no. Like, my point is that yes, Divock Origi could have left and he could have gone to other clubs, but he was like, no. Or the club was like, no, we're gonna make it a good deal. So
Yeah. No, I hear you. Here we go. Eldis says, "Why are we always next summer FC?" I just think this is the wrong summer to mention that, man. I think we've done a great bit of business this window,
this
man.
transfer window has been nice.
Look, we sold Mane for more than we purchased him for, roughly. He's happy. We got a great replacement to at least replace some of the production. No one's going to replace what Sadio brought on the wing. I mean,
Right.
Diaz kind of, but you know what I mean. Like we're the idea is you move out one puzzle piece that's older, you recoup your losses, and then you bring something else in that's going to produce. And we did
Right.
that. We got an attacking midfielder. We got a backup right back. Like, I don't think this is a timely comment, but in years past, dude, I'm with you here.
Yeah. And Oyvind says it best here. Mane paid us back 10 times over. He did. He did. That was the other one I was watching, the Mane interview. Jesus. Couldn't think of it. But yeah, so let's go over to the chat. Let's see if there's any closing thoughts on the Takumi Minamino deal. Alexi, good morning. Liz says, I'll miss Taki, but it was a good move. I agree. I think that's all we got. All right. Let's move on to our boy Jude Bellingham. All right. We've been linked with Jude Bellingham for like a year now, bro. Okay. Another Dortmund player we're linked with. Another Dortmund player that's probably going to be linked with every team under the sun. Look at Pulisic, you know? I mean, and Timo Werner wasn't Dortmund, but you know what I'm saying. Jude Bellingham is going to be worth a crap ton of money. All right. And let me just pull up this article here. Okay. It's the Mail Online. All right. I'm not saying it's great, but hey, this is the article. Okay. After Man City signed Calvin Phillips. Okay. kind of knew that deal was going to go through. All right, because Man City are always buying players. All right. Liverpool reportedly they're in the leading race to sign Jude Bellingham, and I would agree. I'd say Man United are probably going to try their hand at that, but with Man City out of the picture, with Calvin Phillips, are Liverpool likely to splash 80 million or whatever it is? What do you think, Steve?
Yes. I do. I think a year from now, a lot can change. So I'm not going to say, oh, Bellingham next summer. I'm so excited. Like, we have potentially another 65. No, heck no. We have another 75 matches to get through until that point. Now, if they did something like sign a year in advance, like they did with Keita,
Yeah.
well, then that's something to look forward to. But, like, how many times have we been linked with players and then it just dies off, right?
So many. So many.
So that's
What's
not to say that this isn't exciting. This is exciting because Romano has even mentioned we're in for this guy. We'll be there when the time comes.
Yes.
80 million, if you think about it, he's so young. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad when you think about his age.
Is he worth that? The fact that you said he's so young, right? The fact that you said he's so young, does it invalidate the price tag? Because the kids he played for Birmingham City, Dortmund. Yes, he's been great at Dortmund, but how is that going to translate over? I mean, when you splash that much cash on a player, it just makes me nervous, dude. Nunez is
Yeah,
different.
no,
And
for
the reason
sure.
I say Nunez is different is because we saw what Nunez could do not only against us, but he was in a short period of time with Benfica. He was very, 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 very productive. Now, Bellingham has been quality for Dortmund. That's not what I'm saying. I just get nervous with the age. 18 years old. I don't even know if that's accurate. I feel like he's 19.
No, he's 18.
He is? Okay.
He turns 19 in 3 days.
That's okay. Well, happy birthday to
I have
him.
it on my calendar here, my handwritten calendar. Jude Bellingham's 19th birthday. That's the only
Oh, nice.
birthday I put on the calendar. Yeah.
There you go.
Look, here's the thing. I get what you mean, especially when you think about like Klopp. Like he's not going to be here for another 10 years. Like that would be great, but like he's not. So I feel like Klopp is more so leaning towards players that can help us win now while he's here. He don't get me wrong, like he also wants to set the club up for success in the future. But
Yeah.
18 is young. He did play 32 matches in the Bundesliga this year and 29 last year. So he has plenty of game time under his belt. That's
And
probably more than Jones, Harvey Elliott,
3 goals, 8 assists from midfield. It's pretty solid.
2 goals in the Europa League, another
Yeah.
assist. So that's what, 5 and 9. 2 goals in the Pokal, so it's 7 and 9.
Champions League. I mean, solid numbers.
He had about 10 and 10 or 11 and 10 in all comps this year.
From midfield.
Right. So that's what's promising. Of course, the age. He's not going to need massive, massive wages. Contrary to what people may think, he is still 18.
Yeah.
So he's not going to come in and need 400 mil or 400K.
400 mil. Legend.
400 mil a week.
Yo, all right, real quick side note. So one time I was playing FIFA career mode and I accidentally gave a player like 5 mil a week instead of 50,000 or whatever. And I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's going to drain my budget." And no one would buy him, so I had to release him.
All right, question for you. I play career mode, but I play with my player.
Yeah.
So if I play with a manager, can I still play the games with the team?
Yeah. That's
But
the
I
whole
can't
point.
have my own player.
No.
Well, that's what's exciting for me is lighting up the league, Kyle.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you could do 2 different saves, Steve. I mean, the manager thing is fun for me because you get to it's basically just like playing the game, but you control every single aspect of the team.
So you are essentially Michael Edwards in your room, dialed in. Well,
I'm
Julian
Michael
Ward,
Edwards. I'm Klopp. Yes, I'm everything.
who's leading the team in goals.
Well, which team?
Oh God, I forgot, guys. By the way, guys, Kyle has career modes without Liverpool. Did you
Sorry.
hear that? He has career modes without Liverpool. So,
Sorry.
um,
I don't like to
maybe we should just turn
dominate
this
every
into the
season.
FIFA show. The FIFA show.
Yeah. All right. Back
The
to
FIFA
Jude
summary.
Bellingham. Back to Jude Bellingham. All right. So Birmingham City are actually, if Dortmund sell him, will get 5% of the value. All right. Listen to this. Youngest ever player to feature for Birmingham City at 16 years old. Youngest player to score for Birmingham. Birmingham City to Dortmund set a world record transfer fee for a 17-year-old. Wow, Birmingham City retired the number 2020. This is all crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. He actually has made some comments about that. And he was like, I don't know if that's necessary, but like, thanks. It's like he's been asked about it a bunch of times. He's had like differing opinions, but shout out to Dortmund for that bit of business.
Yeah,
27.5 mil, and they are
that's
gonna rake off him. They
yeah,
are insanely clever in the market, dude.
27.5 mil.
It's impressive what they do. It's impressive what they do.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. They
Ajax,
they have a
Borussia
good model.
Dortmund, dude. It's a bulletproof model.
Yep.
Sancho, Aubameyang, Holland, Bellingham. It's just constant. It never stops.
Yeah,
They're
they're a
just
factory.
always pushing out huge fees.
It's like Ajax. It's exactly like
Dude,
Ajax.
yeah, no, that's what I just said. Those two are just it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
How do I do
And
you
they're
know how
in
I
like
find the injury data?
uh
I thought I could do it. Doesn't matter. Sorry, keep going.
just no, Google it. You can find it. It'll pull up just don't search for Naby Keita's, whatever you do. There's all sorts of weird stuff on there.
Should we do that for old time's sake?
No. He doesn't deserve that slander anymore.
Yeah, no, he don't. Dude,
Um
I'm okay. He missed one game this season. Wow.
where are you
This is
looking at?
transfer marked. Okay. Oh,
Oh yeah.
competitions. So you go to competitions. Got it. Okay. Wow, this is phenomenal, guys.
So knee problem. So knock last year obviously doesn't count. Right in the middle of the season, December, missed some time into January. That's like during the transfer. Like, yeah, knee problem this year, one game missed. Probably a sore knee. Like,
He's
there's
missed
no
3
damage.
games. 3
Yeah.
games. That's pretty amazing. But Steve, he's also 18 years old, bro. You can't be missing games at 18. You can't be missing games at
Dude, you
18.
play. Look, here's the thing. You can because you play a lot, and yet while your body is technically supposed to be able to handle the wear and tear of a season at a younger age, it's still a professional sport playing with grown men. Like, look at Elliot. Like, Elliot's not injury prone, but that's going to be an asterisk on his career forever.
Yeah.
It's just it's really impressive to see that. Like, that is unreal that he's missed almost no time. And then
Crazy.
not to mention the amount of appearances he had. So it's not like he was riding the bench. Like, if you see Minamino miss like 6 days in a season, that's fine. This doesn't play that much. Or even
Right.
Ox, right?
Right.
Like, how many appearances did Bellingham have?
Let's take a look. I'm on transfer marked. It was in the Bundesliga, it was 32.
Oh, I know. I got it here.
I got you. Pull it up here. Make sure you guys slap a like on this
50.
video if you're enjoying the stream, and make sure you share it. Subscribe if you're new. Oh, here it says 31. But
5-0. 50 appearances in all comps this year.
wow,
50
appearances. That's pretty awesome.
How insane is that?
This guy, he's good, bro. He's
Dude,
good.
2 appearances in the Europa League, 2 goals and an assist in 2 matches in the Europa League.
14 assists, 6 goals, See this, dude. It says 43 appearances.
It probably doesn't have some of the. See, that is, I believe, just for Dortmund. I got England over here too.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
UEFA Nations League, the Euros, and international friendly.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
counts
So
for.
you're adding that to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, because it counts to me. It's the season.
Yeah. Yeah. True. He's
Which is
solid,
incredible.
dude.
50 matches played,
Well,
9
let's see
goals, 10 assists.
what are people in the chat here saying. We got Ross Bauer saying he's a generational talent. Saring only change with getting Bellingham as if he doesn't want a pay raise because no way FSG are paying a high weekly wage. Well, this is what Steve was talking about earlier in the show. We don't necessarily have to. Kid's 18 years old. You know, you can give an 18-year-old a reasonable wage to start out with, right? I mean, guys, think about it. Like, Robertson makes peanuts. Did you know Robertson makes like 50 or 60K a week? It's kind of
Well,
crazy.
I don't even know what site I'm on right now, but this is saying that he makes 49,000 a week.
That's ridiculous, and that's accurate. I think he makes 50.
I'll check again. I'm talking about Bellingham, by the way.
Oh yeah. So well, anyways,
So we
going
could
back
triple his pay and not have to blink,
but
or
we
even just double
won't.
it.
But we
Right.
won't. That's the thing. I can almost guarantee you we'd start him out at like 80 to 100K if we got him if he was under 20 years old. There's no way that Liverpool would give him more than that. Now, if we had to get his signature, we wouldn't hesitate to give him like 125. But I really don't think we'd start out giving Bellingham more than what James Milner, Hendo, any of those players are making. There's no way we would do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find another site here that's going to show who's making what over there.
Yeah, and Saring here says one of the reasons we lost Mane, I'm sure it's because of the wage structure. I think that's partially it because he was only making 100K, although we did give him a contract extension. That was concerning to me when I found out we were only paying Sadio Mane 100K. Mainly because Sadio Mane is worth way more than that. He's provided the club with so much more than what 100K a week gives you. I'm sorry. But
I can also probably guarantee that if he was like knocking down the door for a pay raise, they would have given it to him.
oh yeah, true, guys. You got to remember.
I'm sure he was fine with it, honestly.
If you got to remember, if you're not asking for a pay raise, your employer's not necessarily going to give it to you. They don't want to. They want to save money.
And quite frankly, who knows when he told them that he had different plans? He may have said, way back, like, look, guys, you're gonna get a chance to sell me, but please, for my sake, let's just see out the season. Don't leak this. Just like let me break this news on my own terms, and then you can sell me. He may have said that a year ago. I don't know.
That's a good point. That's a great point. Absolutely.
This says 60,000
brings
US
up the
dollars a
question.
week.
What makes you think Jude Bellingham is the answer for Liverpool? I don't think he's the answer. Never said that. I think Jude Bellingham is the latest link with Liverpool. I think we didn't get Tchouaméni. That's really the guy we wanted. We don't want Bellingham. I think we're linked with Bellingham because he's the next top English talent, and he's most likely coming back to England. He went to Dortmund to develop.
I mean, he might be asking someone else here in the chat. But either way, I think this is good to weigh in on.
What are your thoughts, Steve?
Look, here's how I feel about Jude Bellingham. I haven't seen enough to justify an 80 million purchase. I haven't. It's certainly something to be excited about because I've seen enough of him to know that he is going to be a star. Yeah. And when you remember that he's days away from being 19 years old, like that's impressive. I never looked at his injury history till today. That's exciting. We want a midfielder. If Fabrizio Romano says we're in for this, that makes it somewhat legit, even to the smallest extent.
Right.
So it's something to get excited about. I don't know if he's the answer. Only time will tell what we actually need in the midfield. I would like to see something happen faster. Um, but you never know. Squads have been known to make changes mid-season in January. Um, we still have time in this window. So I think that's the biggest area of uncertainty for us is the midfield. Not for lack of quality, but lack of quantity, I would say. Like our front three, our top three midfielders, even top four, I'll put them up, I'll match them up against anyone in the world. If you look at, Thiago, Fabinho, Henderson, obviously the Keita's in the mix. But only time's going to tell what we really need there. Do I think he's the answer? I don't know. I wish I had that answer. I just don't know.
It's hard to say. I mean, you can't look at an 18-year-old and then say this kid's the answer for Liverpool Football Club, especially when you name those players that you just named, bro. Fabinho, Thiago, Hendo, Keita. I mean, I get the kid's 18, about to be 19, and he's lighting it up. He's a quality player, okay? But every player seems like, and we said this. This is just going to sound like me being cynical. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. Why does it seem like every top talent that Dortmund has lights it up at Dortmund? They light it up. It doesn't matter who you are. And then Aubameyang did well, right? Aubameyang came to Arsenal and did well. I think he tied for Golden Boot once.
He did.
And he was solid, but he didn't really blow away anyone once he left Dortmund. Okay. Pulisic clearly didn't blow anyone away when he left Dortmund. All right. What are some other players that,
Sancho,
right? What has Sancho done since he left Dortmund? My point is, obviously there's exceptions to the rule. There isn't anything to make me believe at this point in time that this 18-year-old can come over for 80 million and automatically be a star and change Liverpool's fortunes from the midfield position. I don't even think Nunez could do that. And another thing, you can't really change the fortunes of a club that are at the top of their game.
That's the thing there. That's the thing there. It's not a matter of, is this the answer? Like, you know who needs an answer? Like Arsenal need an answer. Like Brighton need an answer. So, I get it though. I get it. Is he the answer in the midfield? Because obviously there's got to be a change, or a change is there in the near future or next summer. I don't know if there's anyone in the midfield that people are more excited about than this guy in the world. You got Tchouaméni. I mean, there's other midfielders probably that I'm not thinking of today.
Until he went to Madrid, Camavinga was that guy.
But we know what he can do.
Yeah.
I know that he is a crafty player. He plays hard. He's probably very similar to Tchouaméni. But Jude Bellingham is supposed to be a step above from the offensive and the attacking perspective and the creating perspective. That's what makes him more exciting as a transfer, in my opinion. I mean, Tchouaméni, I think, is very similar to a Fabinho. Just obviously you can nitpick that, but it's
I agree.
Defensive-minded, rough, plug the holes, plug the gaps player. Bellingham is supposed to be a world-class creator, and with the potential to become a stat stuffer as well.
Just box to box.
Doing everything.
Yeah. And look, that's how I felt Tchouaméni was. When you look at Fabinho is a hammered-on defensive midfielder who can also play center back. Okay? You're not going to put Fabinho in any sort of forward role. That's who he is. That's fine. We love Fabinho. Tchouaméni was the guy I wanted. He had everything. He could play anywhere in the midfield. Guy was phenomenal. That's gone. That ship has sailed. Bellingham, he's younger, but I think he definitely has the potential. He definitely has the potential. I worry. I just like that we're in pole position to sign him. Hearing that is good. Like you said, Fabrizio Romano hopped on it. That's great to hear. That's how I feel about it. Let's go over to the chat.
I think just to close the loop on the whole Dortmund piece, you have So you have Sancho. He still has time, but he's been not worth anywhere near what they spent on him. Pulisic, he's got so much potential. He still plays well for the national team. He produces when he gets put in. I just think that he doesn't mesh with Tuchel and that system very well.
Yeah.
Like Aubameyang, I get what you mean. Like no one's really lit up the world. Ousmane Dembele, no one's really like been incredible except probably Lewandowski. So, but like, I don't know, man. This is different. He's a different player than all them. They're all attackers.
Yes, that's
They're all
true.
wingers.
Yeah. Doesn't it seem like, though, that the attackers have the most success? Or excuse me, the attackers struggle the most.
Well, yes. When they go to anywhere except Liverpool. That's just besides the point. But Klopp also likes players like Keita, German midfielder. Well, not German, but played in Germany. Thiago came from Germany. Like Bellingham may just be the next Bundesliga center mid player that Klopp's going for.
I trust Klopp so much. Like, it doesn't matter who he's going for. I just trust him. Although, oh God, I just keep bringing up Tchouaméni, but I don't want to keep going back to that. Just want to go over to the chat and let everyone know. Don't worry, you're not late. We started early, so we'll put it that way. All right. But shout out to Fly Girl MD, Ian Richard. Tony's in the chat as well. Good morning to everyone. Glad you guys could join us here. Just finishing up talking about Jude Bellingham. I think, again, I feel like we're beating a dead horse here. I know a lot of you guys kind of sense something big's happening or going to happen. I've also seen several journalists, Steve, and I know you've probably seen this as well, saying that we're done signing people. But I also saw a report the other day that we're looking like we're going to bid for Otavio from Porto. You know, like, there's always rumors. But these Jude Bellingham ones are continuously heating up. And I think that article in the Daily Mail actually made a lot of sense to me in the sense that Man City have already kind of covered their midfield. They went and they got Calvin Phillips. Leaves the door wide open for Liverpool. And really, Man City are the only club we have to compete with on signings. I think if it was us and any other Premier League club going to get a player at this point in time, the player would kind of be silly if he didn't come to Liverpool. Unless they paid him more money, because likely other teams can pay him more money.
I think you don't know what kind of guy he is either, like Bellingham. Like, who did he support growing up? Like, Man United was that crew when he was a kid. You know what I mean? They were that club. So,
but
also,
Liverpool were up.
They don't have any midfielders. Like, Bruno plays like all over, but McTominay, Fred, Pogba's gone. They got a new manager. Like, that might be a project that intrigues him because he can be that guy.
That's so true. That's such a valid point. A new project as opposed to coming into a team that's already built and trying to prove yourself.
They'll pay him twice as much as we would. If we would pay him $100 a week, they would pay him $200.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind they would double whatever we offer. I'm certain of it.
Yeah. A lot of people, I brought up the Otavio rumors. A lot of people, I keep seeing the Salah stuff, dude. I keep seeing that Salah is likely not to extend his contract and that he has no problem going to another Premier League club. And that's sparking all these rumors with Asensio, Rafinha again. Ironically, I haven't seen Jared Bowen heating up recently. Right after we signed Nunez, the Jared Bowen rumors stopped. All right. So that's something to think about here. And so here, we'll come down to the end of it here. Let's go over to the chat. Oyvind thinks something else could come out of the water here. Yeah. Ian Richard, I think we need to do what we did with Keita with Bellingham. And this is what Steven was saying earlier, Ian. He was saying if we agree a fee like a year in advance and then he comes over, that would be something, good. Because then, like you said here at the end, we could stop those other clubs from sniffing around. I think Madrid are are checked out of the midfield game right now. I mean, they bought Camavinga and they bought Tchouaméni. I don't think they go in for another 80 million midfielder. I just don't see it. Could they? Sure. I don't see it though. I don't
I
think
would
they
rather
will.
have him in. I'd rather instead of that. I think I'd rather purchase him in January after Mane, not Mane, after Bayern Munich has like created a gap in the league, and Borussia Dortmund's like, all right, we're done. We're out of the Champions League, or what? I mean, what Europa, wherever they're going to be. I don't even know. Don't care either.
Yeah.
We're not going to win. We're not going to win the Bundesliga. We're 8 points behind Leipzig. We're 14 points behind Bayern, and we don't play them again. Like, I think that's when it's like Dortmund's like, all right, like I think we need some cash. Like, let's get rid of him for 55 here in January.
I don't think
62.
I know, but they wouldn't put themselves in that situation, I don't think. I mean, his contract runs until 2025. So the value's still there. And here's my thing.
Right, but if we come knocking.
No, but what I'm saying is Liverpool have no problem waiting. If they hear no one is in for a player, they will sit on their hands and wait until the price goes down. That is the only reason we bought Luis Diaz in January. It's because we knew Tottenham were sniffing around and we wanted to wait until the summer to get him, and we got him instead. Because that's the same exact thing that happened with Van Dijk. I've been watching that Man City All or Nothing documentary because I'm just craving football content. And the Man City documentary, they were talking about Van Dijk. They were like transferring for Van Dijk. Man City were in for Van Dijk first. And this was in January again, just so everyone remembers. Liverpool were fine waiting until the summer. They got him in the winter because someone else was sniffing around. That's how Liverpool do business. So if no one's in for Bellingham right now, we're waiting for the summer.
Look, here's the thing, though. Here's what I think. I hate to say this.
Say it.
Knock on wood. We're going to be in a little bit of trouble midfield-wise come January. And we're going to be screaming for a midfielder at that point. I'm not saying it's going to be injuries. I'm not putting that bad juju out there in the world. But I think the age of the midfield is going to show. Thiago cannot play every match. Henderson cannot play every match. Milner cannot play every match. You don't know what you're getting out of Keita. Harvey Elliott, Carvalho, Jones are young. Ox, who knows what's happening there? I think come January, we might be fiending for a midfielder. If we don't do anything now, that's why I'm saying like bang, bang in January, because we've done that and seen successful players.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you got to knock wood. That's what Liz was saying. Look, Jody brings this up, and then I just went on Google and I was looking at it because I saw something. I didn't want to bring it up today because there was nothing concrete about it. This will be the last thing because I know, Steve, I know you got to go. Apparently, rumor has it the club is open to selling Mo for around $60 million if they can't reach an agreement. True or not? Would you guys sell up? And if so, who will you bring in Mo's position? So real quick, Jody, let's take a look at this. All right. I'm seeing Sky Sports reported it yesterday. Okay. Let me share it with you guys so you guys can see here. Steve, real quick, before we even get into the article, what do you think about that? Would we let Mane and Salah leave in the same window?
No.
And another thing, I agree. I don't think Salah's leaving this window. And he already said, Oyvind said it. He's already said that he stayed until next season. So I want everyone to just pump the brakes a little bit on this. But 60 million price tag for Mo Salah is an effing joke. I wanted to say it. But look, Liverpool.
I don't know, man. I don't
60
know. I don't know if it is.
60 mil?
Look, here's the thing, Kyle. He's not young. He had a dip in form this season. He's got 1 year left on his deal. That's why.
I don't see it.
No, he's worth 100 or whatever. He's one of the best players in the world. But like when Ronaldo left Real Madrid, how much did he go to Juventus for? Was it 90? Was it 100?
It was roughly 100.
Okay. And that was in the summer, I believe. I don't know what he had left. I think he had just signed a contract too. An extension the summer before.
He had just won the Champions League with Madrid, and then he was like,
Yep.
I'm leaving.
He had just won 3 in a row.
He did the exact same thing that Mane did, actually. He said, I'll let you guys know about my future after the Champions League final. It's actually kind of crazy to bring that up. Sorry, go ahead.
So he went for, I don't remember what it was. I think it was like 90 or 100. But first of all, he's a bigger name than Mo. He had more years left on his deal. He had just won back to back to back. So Mo's got 1 year left on his deal. He didn't play particularly great the last 4 months. True. You're not going to get 100 million for him. It's just the way it works. He's 30, what? Is he 31?
30. Yeah, I think he's 30.
That's just, unfortunately, that's the way it works.
I hate that
That's why we should have gotten this. It just doesn't make sense. Like, what did Ronaldo go to Man United for this time around?
Say that again?
20 million? Like, what did Ronaldo just get sold for to Man United? 20, 30 million? 15 million? Something stupid.
Did he get sold?
Yeah.
Or did he sign on a free?
I don't think he signed on a free. I think he had a longer contract. I don't know. Either way, these players, like even Messi, Lewandowski, like they're just not worth what they were because of age.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Ross hit the nail on the head. And Steve, this is exactly what you said. Nobody will buy him if we insist on 100 mil because of the year left on his contract. If clubs wait a year, they could get him on a free. Exactly. So look, I'm not worried about Mo Salah leaving, mainly because people are just grabbing at news because Mo Salah has legitimately said, I will be back next season. He said it. He said it to the media out loud. So look, that's where I'm at. We'll have Mo Salah this season. We brought in Nunez, brought in Luis Diaz. We still have Diogo Jota, still have Bobby Firmino. Got Harvey Elliott. I'm convinced Harvey Elliott's going to be playing on the wing. All right. It should be an exciting season, Steve. But look, this is the ending question. And guys, you can always in the chat as well put your opinions. Are we done signing people? That's my last question to you, and then I'll let you go.
Yes, I think so. But I'm not sure. So I wouldn't be surprised if we sign somebody. I don't think you're going to see any more big signings.
I agree.
But I hope I'm wrong. And that's all I got for today.
I think it was a solid show. I think, Takumi Minamino, good luck to you as well. Divock Origi is soon to complete this Milan move. And look, Jude Bellingham next summer. A lot of people think we're next summer FC, but guys, if we can save ourselves some money by not getting him this summer, why not? If no one else is pursuing him, why not? So that's where I'm at. I appreciate everyone tuning into the show. Apologize if you guys felt like you're late. We just started early, so no worries. Be on the lookout for content coming up later today. We'll cut these videos out and put out the clips just for the, if you guys can't sit through the whole show, you can watch the content. And Steve, appreciate you being here, my man. I'll see you soon.
Of course. We might have a special show next week. I don't know.
We might. I don't know. We'll think about it, guys. We might have a special show next week. So stay tuned. All right. Until next time, Reds. Take care.